caring part that he has displayed towards his team. You know this Muralidharan's issue, allegation of throwing the ball, how he handled that, how he risked himself, he risked his career, he risked, again a good leadership quality. All sales guys have to do that at one point. He risked his career, his reputation, and country's reputation also. If it went the other way, it would have been totally a different story for him, right? So, but he took that risk and handled that situation with proper way, and he knew how to handle. He studied the whole thing. What are the arguments that you need to bring up? He did not just shouted at Daryl Hare or the people, authorities. He brought up proper facts and figures, and he studied the loops in the whole thing. How usually taking back a team from a cricket field is a offense, but there are certain allowance. I mean, areas where that conditions that you can bring. So he really studied the game and did that and achieved that. And not only that, his leadership, he's a person who can lead from the front. We have seen even in cricket that there are good captains, but they will not score runs or take wickets. But he always, very important points, very important stages, he get into the front and score. I'm sorry that who are not following cricket in this forum, but this is the best example I can take for a lot of factors. Then he also used his resources. Maybe sometimes he will not have the best resources, but you making use of part-timers like Dharmasena and Chandana and bowlers like that. So how he used his portfolios. This is also very important for salespeople. Always you can't go for investments. Always you can't buy. I mean, go for expansions. Always you need to believe in. You need to have a conscious. You have to have conscious about your cost when it comes to a sales leader. So this is why. So his leadership, certain qualities are very, very important to sales leaders. Then I'm coming to Lee Kuan Yew. So I personally, it's a role model because of the transformation. Now here in this set, you have two politicians, Jacinda and Lee Kuan Yew. But Lee Kuan Yew's task was totally different. So he had a Singapore which was very bad shape. Lot of crimes, indisciplined people, no money, lot of issues. So he had to make use of this transformational leadership there, and much more than that. In fact, that theory has not described the certain things what Lee Kuan Yew did, right? So sales also the same. Sales leaders can't go only by those leadership theories. So depending on the situation, depending on the people, the team, what you are going to handle, you have to adjust yourself. This is again going much close with the situational leadership also. So Lee Kuan Yew totally changed the country, the nation, the people, and 360 degree. So why I am bringing him here? Sales leaders can do that to a company. Actually, sales leaders, I mean, you need to transform a company, you need a lot of teamwork. You need to have a very good team. But if you have a good sales leader, he himself can ignite the entire team by bringing more revenue. The most difficult part, if he can bring solutions, you can turn around companies like Lee Kuan Yew turn around the country and the nation. Sorry, due to some technical issue, again, my slideshow went off. Let me take it again. Takes time. It's coming. Can you all see the slide? Can someone confirm?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So then Jack Ma, a very popular character. So this guy, why I have brought up, because that he has started from scratch. So I'm sure that you all have read on him that a lot of stories, WhatsApp, there are a lot of WhatsApp messages. He has gone for 30 job interviews, those they have failed, but then he has started his career, and today where is he? And he is also doing a lot of work for people, and he is more than charity. He is doing a lot of people development projects. This is why. This is why I have taken him. Actually, Johan is asking about charismatic leadership. Actually, I have not prepared this in that manner, because that's a very important element: leadership style, leadership situation. Because you have seen a lot of charismatic leaders, but I see this charismatic leadership in most of these guys. So good point that he has brought in, but I have not specifically mentioned. I have not devoted one slide for that. Due to whatever the reason, my slide is can't be because of any bandwidth, but use your.
Someone get the control, then after quickly it's messed up.
Yes, no, I have taken control of the slide, but I don't know. I mean, there's an icon which I have to push to keep the control, but it's moving away anyway. Please use your keyboards carefully. Then only this with someone's keyboard only this goes away. You know. Okay. Okay.
Students,
right.
Yeah, please make sure not to take control, because it can happen when you click the participants tab.
Yeah, thank you very much. So charismatic leadership is, I mean, it's a separate area. So I want to really discuss the pluses and minuses of charismatic leaders, good side and bad side. But here it's in this under this topic, it's a fairly lengthy area which I am not doing that. But usually, yes. Now Lee Kuan Yew is a charismatic leader. All these characters are charismatic leaders. Actually, thanks Johan for bringing up that point. This is how you need to add value to the program. You know, asking right questions. Then I am moving to the motivation. So I have mentioned the motivation is a very important part in leadership. But now I am moving to motivation. So actually, I have already spoken about motivation also a lot, but certain technical points I am going to touch in next couple of slides. So what I'm trying to do is how much the motivation important for different professions. We know in our companies we have different departments: R&D, finance, production, HR, marketing, ITO, engineering. So motivation is very important for them to keep up to the quality quality of their work, right? But I would like to bring a point now. Say a finance guy, how much they are motivated, it's very difficult to bring an immediate impact to the company. He can add value. He can bring qualitative inputs. Quantitative also up to certain extent. Impact also. I am going to evaluate these certain professions by qualitativeness, quantitativeness, and the impact. No, at the end, what I am trying to say is how much sales, the motivation important for sales, right? Now, at the same time, like you have departments in our maybe locally, we know a lot of professions: medical, legal, education, or project management. Now, most of these areas, how much I know there are few legal professionals also here. They can come up. So they, when they are motivated, when they give the best to their profession, they can be motivated to do justice for the company, you do justice for the society, and do to avoid any mistakes, kind of a thing. But it's difficult to bring revenue to a company directly. These are very contradiction. I can bring a lot of arguments here, but I am prepared to discuss, right? Even project management, right? That if a project manager is highly motivated, he will not do any mistakes. He will, in the long run, will bring up definitely a profitable project to the company. But the motivation and that the link is very difficult to explain. But there's a link. But most importantly, now I am coming to the third column where sales, sports, and military comes in, where the motivation is utmost important. The sales, the motivation levels of individuals directly impact quantitatively, qualitatively, and the direct impact for the company. Sports are the same thing, because here also, again, as I explained before, nature of our profession is mostly with human touch is very high. The efficiency of people are very high. Depending, the impact is very high. So it is, for a company, it is very important to keep everyone at the highest motivation level, but keeping sales at the best motivation level is very, very important. We as sales profession, we need to believe and we need to keep our people motivated at the best, because if they are, now again, the other way, if a marketing person is demotivated, yes, definitely it will affect our business. He will not have energy to come out with an innovative communication plan to pull the product out of the shelf. But if one area manager is really motivated, you will see results immediately next month. This is what I am trying to say. If a sports person is demoralized, you will see results next second. Military also the same. Next month, that also the seconds, right? So this is why the motivation is, I'm trying to convince you all, the motivation for sales profession is utmost important, and it directly linked with your performance and directly links with the performance of your company. So this is the argument I am trying to bring in with this slide. Actually, a lot of, I mean, I have not seen in journals that we try to, sales professions try to, we might have to, people who are in this forum, please develop this concept, because there are a lot of young people here who are studious and want to contribute to this profession. So our profession, the motivation levels are very, very important to bottom line, top line, and the sustainability of organizations. Yes, any points, any disagreements, any inputs that anyone want to make? Okay, right. And you, I want to actually again convince you all now. You need to manage motivation also effectively. You can have motivate. You know how to motivate. You will spend a lot of money on motivation on your teams, but in the first column, what I am going to discuss is avoid over dependency, because we have seen certain companies, certain individuals say they purely and mainly depend on motivation. They always try to motivate your people and do. Now, as I mentioned, that Jacinda can do to a certain extent by convincing and influencing. But can we do that in Sri Lanka or India or most of other countries, right? Only convincing and motivating, you can't do that. You need to have proper controls, right? So this is why in sales, you should not over depend on motivation also. So though we are talking about the subject motivation, you need to mix with other tools, because for result-oriented tools, one is motivation. Then also let me talk about the other tools here. Like you in sales, you need to put a certain amount of pressure also. You need to have controls also. You need to have a lot of feedback, giving feedback also. You have a lot of monitoring. Again, please connect this with transactional leadership. So because of this reason only, that author has mentioned sales, transactional leadership is good for sales. No, but there are elements in sales, there are situations in sales where transactional can be used. So that is the right way of explaining that. So over dependency should not be there on motivation. And also you need to determine right formula. When you say formula, the motivation, pressure, controls, monitoring. So this kind of elements you need to put with right formula depending on your team. Like Jacinda will had a good, well-disciplined society who are very timid, or maybe please. There are certain words I mentioned. Some people can argue with me. That's okay. But I am talking in general. I'm comparing with society in Singapore and maybe society in another African country or Asian country. I purposely don't want to use our society, because we are living in a very good society. Unfortunately, we have a lot of good people. I always say here or even go outside. Yet to find the right mix. We should not blame anyone. It's our fault. We have a good society. Sometimes people I have seen taking Sri Lanka, our society, to make example, the negative example, which we should not do. Let's build our society together. So little deviating from the subject. Now in certain countries you have different societies, certain countries different. Likewise, in sales, certain sales situations, sales companies, sales cultures have different type of people. So you need to determine the right formula, how much you can run with motivation. So what element of controls, systems, processes, procedures, and checks you need to, fix in that whole operation plan. So those are the things you need to be aware when you are motivating your team. So you should not over depend on motivation. So the second pillar is much connected with that. The audience study is very important when you are a sales head, more than a finance head or HR head. So your immediate subordinates, the profile you need to check from where, from which background. I mean, don't misunderstand, but I mean, what kind of character and what are their values? Because not for anything, then you can design yourself, then you can design your approach. So then you can design your motivation plan when you study the profile and also preferences. You know, I mean, now, you know what, now for an example, let me take an example. Okay, now when you, so in the next slide, I will talk couple of slides later, I will discuss about motivation tools. So certain motivation tools are monetary tools, certain motivation tools are other aspects, rewards and things like that. So you need to understand the preferences of your team. What are their preferences? Then only you can design your motivation plan. Leaders stay motivated. I spoke about this point before also. I mentioned that they should not surrender to pressure of either up or down. So leader need to be motivated. We are sorry to say, I mean, there will be lot of demotivating factors around you, especially for sales leader, more than any other profession in an organization, right? You need to be prepared for that. You need to be prepared to take up that with passion. That is where the passion is needed. That is where the self motivation is needed. Usually the sales leadership, there won't be any person to